I'm David Katz with thepostgame.com, and we're joined today by our esteemed colleague, Laker beat writer Mike Bresnahan. Mike, thanks for joining us on a busy day for you.
See, you already lost me with the esteemed colleague part, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Let me explain why I said esteemed. I said esteemed because I'm talking to the most tenured Laker beat writer in history. You've covered this team for 12 consecutive years.
Yep.
When you think back on those 12 years, is there one singular moment that comes to mind?
Yeah, actually, I think it was here in 2010, Game 7 against Boston, when the Lakers really didn't play well. Kobe shot 6 for 24. He was terrible that night. And they still somehow managed to win this crazy game. And I've never sensed a more tense Staples Center than that night. Everybody in the lower bowl stood the entire second half. All the rich folks, you know, they were that into it, kind of a grueling game. And the Lakers just pulled it out. It was unbelievable, really.
So tonight is Kobe's retirement night. It's his last game. When he announced this last game, did you ever expect a spectacle? Here we are 3 hours before tip, and look at the spectacle of thousands of people. I bet most of these people don't even have tickets to the game tonight.
No doubt. I mean, it's almost like a finals atmosphere. You know, a lot of people are going to be hanging around the arena, hopefully catching a glimpse of him when he drives in here, maybe when he leaves in 7-8 hours, whenever it is. It's pretty chaotic. It really is. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest.
Kobe is a beloved figure here, but he is also a slightly enigmatic figure here. And when you cover a guy like that for 12 years, you get to know him, or maybe you don't. Do you feel like you know Kobe Bryant? And if so, who is he? Is he the guy that we all see on television?
You know, it's very bizarre. He's very unpredictable, Dave. I mean, even Phil Jackson once admitted, I don't know if he's going to shoot or pass in these games. And some days he was very friendly and happy with the media. He would play along with our story angles. Sometimes he was very unapproachable, and a lot of 1- and 2-word answers, a lot of no and maybes, and kind of glowers and glares and that type of thing. So I definitely don't know him, but of all the people I've written about him, I probably, top 5 of all time as far as seeing him a lot over the last 12 years.
What do you think Kobe would say his most memorable moment is?
You know, he did recently say that 2010 championship against Boston was his most memorable moment, just because he'd never beaten Boston. And in 2008, I was at the Game 6 in the Garden. The Lakers lost by 39, humiliated, eliminated, everything. And that killed him. That really set him back. And he was not going to be denied. He didn't play well in that Game 7, 6 for 24, but he had a nice, I think it was a three-pointer pretty late in the game, and Meta World Peace, a very late three-pointer that helped the Lakers win.
Amazing. So your job as a beat writer is not to make friends, it's to tell the story and to tell the truth. What do you think is the story you've written that upset Kobe the most?
That's a really good question. He and I have had a lot of ups and downs over the years. I remember early when I first started writing about the team, it was 1 month after Shaq was traded to Miami. And Kobe was trying to do it on his own. He was taking tons of shots every game and missing tons of shots every game. So it became like a standard paragraph in my story. Not the first one, not the second one, maybe third or fourth. Kobe Bryant scored X number of points and took X number of shots and made X number of shots or missed X number of shots. So we had a little chat about that pretty early in my Laker tenure. And he said, "Why are you killing me?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He'd take me off to the side after practice one day. He said, "Why do you keep writing how many shots I miss?" I said, "Well, Kobe, without Shaq, people only care about a few things. Are you guys winning? How are you scoring? And are you making shots? So make some shots." And I think he was testing me, kind of like he would probe a new rookie to the game. And I guess I passed the test. I don't know.
I think there's mutual respect there, even if you wouldn't admit it publicly. What story that you wrote do you think Kobe most appreciated?
You know, maybe the 81-point story. 10 years ago, he scored 81 points right here at Staples Center, kind of a random Sunday night in January.
It's the Toronto Raptors, was it?
Yeah, good memory. And, I think a lot of those stories are really noteworthy that day. And I happened to win an award for Top 10 Game Story of the Year, according to the Associated Press sports editors. Not that Kobe has this article clipped out, and he never asked for my autograph for it. But, I assume he probably enjoyed the coverage for that particular moment.
So here's a guy who is relentlessly competitive and likes to win probably more than any player we've seen in the last, generation, since Michael Jordan perhaps. How has he taken this last year? It's his farewell season, but it's also been the worst season in Laker history. What's his mentality been through this season?
Dave, it's been really bizarre because he's been really humorous, really insightful, and he's very generous with his time when he does speak, which isn't every day, even though it's supposed to be. And I keep saying to myself, where was this guy the first 11 years I covered the Lakers? So he looks nothing like the guy who would be angry about a mid-January loss at Charlotte back in the day. But I think he realizes, look, this is not a championship team. They've won 16 games, and we're about to start game 82.
Sweet 16.
Yeah,
Just
so
a different kind of Sweet 16.
Yeah, he's definitely adjusted his parameters, that's for sure.
What do you think Kobe Bryant does next? When basketball is over, he laces him up tonight, he walks out. What do you think he does next?
Good question. He's going to try to make money. I mean, the guy loves to make money. He's got Kobe Inc. all ready to go down in Orange County. I think he wants to do, he's already got this sports strength body armor. I know you drink it 2 or 3 times every day.
At least 2 to 3 times a day.
And you know, he's going to want to do, of course, he's going to want to do some media type of stuff, sports media stuff, maybe something similar to the Players Tribune, which he already invests in, but I think he wants to take that a step or two further. He's being pretty coy with the details, but I think we're not going to see him as a coach or an analyst. I think he'd be a great analyst if he spoke the truth. You know, he could really skewer people, but, you know.
It's so interesting that a guy who kind of shunned the media and didn't trust a lot of the media will end up in the media. Not that dissimilar from Derek Jeter, who really said nothing for a very long time and then ended up running the Players Tribune, which is kind of an interesting thing for these superstars.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I think Kobe, like I said, we're not going to see him every day here at Staples Center. He will not be seen at the Laker training facility in El Segundo, but I think he'll be seen doing press conferences as like the CEO of Kobe Inc. and maybe announcing this sports branding deal and this sports marketing deal, and it'll be interesting. I think he'll be successful, though. I really do.
So what's the emotion you think running through Kobe tonight? Are we going to see sadness or are we going to see relief?
I think relief. I think he's ready. I think the team is ready. I think the staffers and the coaches are ready. I mean, this is the worst Lakers season of all time, record-wise, and I think everyone's just kind of had enough. I know I'm ready. I've written tons of stories in the last 48 hours, so I'm ready for it to be over.
Of all the Laker greats, where does Kobe Bryant rank among the Magics and the Kareems and the Jerry Wests when history is written?
You know, you said 3 people I'd probably put ahead of him, even though Kobe's the third all-time leading scorer. Yeah, I think Magic's probably number 1, Kareem's probably 2, West is 3. Shaq might be 4, but I'd probably put Kobe 4 just because, you know, Kobe won more titles than Shaq. But he's top 5, but I'd say right around 4 or 5.
Mike Bresnahan, thank you for all the work you've done. You're the most read writer at the LA Times because this is a Laker town and people love it, and you've kept us informed for a dozen years.
Yeah,
thank you for everything, Mike. Enjoy your last game. David Katz for the post game with Mike Bresnahan, LA Times beat writer.